Rising with each beat of the music is bringing little flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full, I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive, we're just listening, we're existing.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. This is the BHL Finals. One team will be walking away from today with a championship under their belt, and they will be walking away with the BHL Cup. Game will be starting in just a few minutes. After we sort out who's on what team here, we'll get going.
It's easy to set a young heart on the run, to see it crashing out the
Hello.
I'm gonna start streaming.
All right. I started my stream. You can start whenever you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BHL Cup Finals. Tonight's matchup and the BHL Cup final matchup is the Hartford Whalers in Vancouver against the Orcas. It's the Battle of the Whale for the BHL Cup. And hold on one moment. I gotta mute. I'm gonna have the stream up in the background just for reviewing purposes, but the more important angle at the moment is the game angle as teams warm up. We've seen some close games between teams this season. Today should be no different. As these two teams we know are powerhouses. The Vancouver Orcas picking up plenty of good players throughout this season, such as the Grime Wizard, Crits, and Deserted, and then the Whalers have powerhouses in Oilerator, Joe's Munich, Tiger Guard, and Burdocks, and it seems that the Whalers have a new member of the team in Bossman, or Boss Minecraft, making his BHL debut here, and what a place to do it once again in the BHL finals.
You're absolutely right. DNP Boss Minecraft rather is making his debut in the finals. He has been on the team for quite a while, but hasn't been. He's been a healthy scratch for all the games. They're finally using him, and what a time to use him in the BHL finals.
And you can hear the pucks going nuts in the background there as Boss goes into the dressing room. Now, there may be some talk as to who's the weakest link on Vancouver, and I would say that their weakest link at this point would probably be Ducky, but we'll see if he can put up the numbers that we've seen from him, that or that the Orcas want from him, and we'll see if he can help them get to a BHL Cup. Last year's BHL Cup winners went all the way to Game 5, and that was the flight, and that game went to double overtime before it was finally decided by the game-winning goal for San Francisco.
And let's not forget, Mr. Ducky Pants was traded midway through the season. He was released he was traded for a first-round pick to the Orcas. He was originally on the Hat Tricks, and I believe that the Hat Tricks got the better end of that deal, as the Orcas gave away their first round pick for a player that wasn't performing that well on the hat tricks. So we'll see how he performs on this team tonight.
And another point of contention is the fact that the Whalers swept San Francisco in the first round, and it was an easy sweep, as you guys can probably see from my perspective. San Francisco's players didn't come to the first game and didn't really have much to put up against Hartford. So this may be the first adversity that Hartford faces if they do end up losing one of these games. And so we'll have to see how they take a loss if that ends up being the case.
That is true.
Prediction. Sorry.
What do you expect this game to go to? 5, 4, 3?
Well, first attempt on making my bracket, I had said 4, but when it failed to save, I redid it and said 5. So maybe it'll be 4.5.
4.5.
To go smack dab in the middle. AKA third overtime game 4. If you know what I mean.
said the game was going to go 3, but I had the wrong team in there, so I'm gonna guess that this game's gonna go at least 4.
This series, you mean?
Yes, this series, of course.
And what do you? How many goals did you think were gonna be scored in this series?
I said there would be 22 total goals scored in the series.
My prediction is that it will be very low scoring, as both of these teams are very good defensively, and when you've got two evenly matched teams, there's not a lot of shots that get off. I said maybe 10, because the lowest we could see is 5. Or the lowest we could see is 3 if the series only goes 3 games. But both teams have gone to their respective dressing rooms, and it seems that it may be time now for the opening ceremonies, the anthems, and the game.
DMP, do we have the budget to play anthems?
I don't know, but here come the visiting Hartford Whalers onto the ice.
Full roster tonight. Most players we've seen on one team to date.
Indeed. And and Kritz has returned, so that means 4 players for Vancouver. And I presume we are still going to be playing 3-on-3.
That is correct, DNP. So tonight, playing for the Hartford Whalers is Birdo, Boss Minecraft 8, Jets 23, Joe's Munich, Oilerator, and Tiger Guard 64. And we haven't seen much of Joe's, as well as Boss Minecraft and Birdo. Birdo did play in the last series. He played pretty good. I believe he got 4 goals. So we should watch out for him and definitely see how Joe's and Boss work together.
Looks like
Mr.
those
Official,
two are...
I have something to say. So like I have like 3 straight shutouts. So like if I get more, definitely put me up for the Conn Smythe, okay? And if you want, I can sauce you about a good $20.
In real life money?
I mean, if you let us win the cup, possibly. Okay, we'll talk later.
We'll talk off air. Obviously,
you heard it here first, folks. The ref is gonna rig it for Hartford.
Obviously, that's all just a joke. I wouldn't rig this game for anything, but we might relook at who gets the Conn. Or have we already given the Conn Smythe away?
No.
No, that's
the
right.
Conn Smythe is awarded to the MVP of the playoffs.
That is correct, DMP. So we'll keep an eye on everybody to see who deserves that trophy the most, and we'll definitely do a ceremony at the end of the game with the BHL Cup and the Conn Smythe. So it looks like we're about ready to go. I'm going to make sure both captains are agreeing to be ready.
And for Hartford, starting bench warmers are Joe's Munich, Boss Minecraft, and Birdo. Starting center is Oilerator, and starting winger is Jets. Starting netminder is Tiger Guard 64. For Vancouver, starting as center is Crits _YT. The Grime Wizard 69 is their starting defenseman, and starting in net is Desert Dragons or Desert _Drago 6. And calling tonight's game, referee Flashee Gaming.
All right, game's about to be underway. Commentator for this game is DNP _10, or play-by-play is DNP. And color commentator is going to be myself, Flashee. Here we go. Puck is about to drop. Wait, let me kill all the pucks first. And we are underway.
For opening face-off of game number 1, and the win of the draw goes to Vancouver. Crits and the puck had gotten out of the zone, far side. Getting across there is Oilerator. Grime Wizard there, comes back across, Crits, and getting a stick on it was Jets. Knocked off the puck big time there was Grime. Crits with a good finishing check on Jets. And Vancouver keeps it in the neutral zone.
Fan
We
running
have
on
a
the
fan
ice.
on the ice. Someone needs to de-op him.
I believe he is not
Chance
up.
there, side of the net, off the post by Grime Wizard. And Oilerator's gonna come, bring it back around. And now Grime, his attempt is foiled by Oilerator as the puck gets deep. Crits, knocking Oilerator off the puck. Now Oil is gonna get back on it. Crits with a good finishing check. Tries to get it back in, but is blocked at the blue line. Grime can't corral the puck for Vancouver, and so it comes back into the zone. Breakaway for Crits! Oh, what a defensive play by Oilerator to keep it 0-0. That could have been a dangerous attempt there, but Crits gets denied. And that could have been an interference penalty, and it will be on Jets. So Jets goes to the box, and the call is 30 seconds for interference. And that comes 13
I'm going to put our
seconds
spectators in, I'm going to put our fans in spectator mode real quick.
And where is oh,
There we go.
turn up.
All right.
Puck drops,
Oh.
and we're back under. Oh, and he'll blow it down. Hartford penalty to number 23. Jets _23. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 13 seconds of the first period. 1 minute, 13 seconds.
Okay,
Oilerator
let me add 1
and Crits
second.
in the draw again.
Because I did a false face-off, I'm going to add 1 second to the clock. And,
Roger.
and the, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Wait, what was the clock just at?
It was at 147.
140.
Well, it was
You're right.
146. It needs to be 147.
There we go.
There we go. So, no scores so far. And Burdox has now attacked Ducky on the bench. There were some there were some players coming over to the Vancouver bench. I heard some punches. Supposedly, some of the Hartford players headed across the division and met with Ducky on the bench. Nothing comes of that. And so off the face-off, it will go out of the zone by Hartford. Oilerator had gotten it to center. Puck gets returned to Vancouver and sent back in. Along the bench. Big hit there by Kritz! Oh my goodness! Oilerator never saw it coming. And a fifth player here now for Vancouver. We'll see if they are able to do that. And now Joes is going after Kritz. Joes just went after Kritz. No call. And some players, I think, came off the bench after the puck went out of play.
Okay. There was confusion because a player logged on the ice, and that's why there was that. Alright, here we go.
Fritz and Burdock's dueling in the face-off circle, and Burdock's with a face-off win, continuing to kill the penalty. 3 seconds left on the Jets minor as the puck sails into the division between the benches. So we will get a stoppage in play. And players have come off the bench. Oh, the rivalry is definitely brewing here between the Whalers and the Orcas. 1:19 left to go in this period. 2 players on the bench each. That shot, that face-off win got through Burdock's. Off the post! Chris hits the post! And that does it for the power play. Jets comes off to the bench, and Joe's Munich comes on. And now here's a breakaway for Burdock's. Overstepped the puck, but gets it in regardless. Knocked off it by Grime. Out front, Joe's. And now Burdock's kept alive. Burdock's and Joe's on the far side. Battling for it, Kritz. And knocked clear away from it was Joe's Munich. And the puck's gonna come all the way back down. Grime shot it wide. Played behind the net. Grime blocked there by Tiger Guard at the goal mouth. And it comes to the near side corner. Played again behind the net. Lots of players there. Far side, Grime, and a broken stick for Burdock's. Let's see if this gives an advantage to Vancouver. Short change. Could have been a too many men penalty there, because Jets was on the ice, but no call. And Burdock's is knocked off the puck as he attempted to get loose. And Kritz there with a finishing check on Burdock's. Puck gets back into the zone. Chance here. Saved by Tiger. Chance there at the side for Kritz. And that didn't go. And then getting it back in. Attempted to anyway. It was Grime. And now a breakaway for Burdock's. Overstepped it. And now he's going to skate it in. Run. But that will do it for the first period. Here from Vancouver. You're watching BHL hockey.
Match penalty.
Murdoch's wanting a match penalty for some reason. Second period, and we're underway. Crits gets it in. Tiger guard had it, blocked it, and so it comes to the near side. Grime Wizard playing it along the cameras. Grime, and it got through. Grime makes the block. Oilerator, and he's knocked off the puck. Crits. And the crowd suddenly went silent there. Puck seems to be running a bit slow here.
I agree. I just think it's because there's so many players online.
True. Grime Wizard gets it in, and knocked off it was Oilerator. Sam leaves the game, and the puck goes out of play. We get a face-off.
Waiting for our players to come to the draw.
Both teams making changes. Boss Minecraft and Jets on. And it looks like Crits and Grimes stay on for Vancouver. Off the face-off. That got in. Getting through. Chance.
Oh.
Crits. And a great save by Tiger. And getting it back to center. Crits, and he missed the net wide. Jets got it to the point. Knocked out of the zone was Grime. And the puck hits back in. Grime, far side. Got it towards the net, just too short. Grime Wizard, and now a broken stick. And a delayed penalty coming up against Boss Minecraft. And so, Vancouver gets a second power play. This coming a minute into the second period.
Should have been slashing. Double minor.
Off the face-off, puck comes out of the zone, and that gets launched out of play. We'll get a face-off. Hartford penalty to number 25. Boss Minecraft 8. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty 1 minute into the second period. Off the face-off, Fritz got it into the zone, and now he's got a chance. Saved there by Tiger, but it's kept alive by Grime. Oil gets it out, and now he's gonna try and clear. Here's a breakaway for Oil. Knocked off there by Grime. What a great defense check. And Burdox was calling for an interference call, but there was none. Fritz trying to get it back into the zone, but the penalty has been killed, and now here's Oilerator, but he's taken off the puck by Grime. Fritz gets through. Fritz is but Boss catches up to him, knocks it off the side of the post. Grime, his shot is blocked out front by Oilerator, kept in at the line. Grime, and the puck finally comes out of the Hartford zone. Grime, battle along the near side boards. Evie is now here, apparently now serving a penalty. he's gonna need to be taken off the home team, otherwise he's gonna be on the ice in the middle of this period. Grime, and that just got through. Fritz blocked. And now it gets in again. Chance here. Fritz off the pole! Oh my goodness! Grime, and he got it out. Here comes Grime. Turned it over. Breakaway for Burdock. Trying to dangle and couldn't get the shot away. And whatever attempt it was blocked by Grime. Kept in at the line by Oilerator. Burdock's knocked off the puck by Grime. Regrouping is Hartford. across into the corner. Fritz lost it, and now a delayed penalty coming up against Burdock. That's the third penalty for Hartford, and it comes 2 minutes and 35 seconds into the second period.
Flashee, give me ref.
Well, you're on it. Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Hartford penalty to number 71, Burdock. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 2 minutes 35 seconds. Off the face-off, Oilerator won it, and it gets out of the zone and up. It was out of play, and now it is officially blown dead. Stop it to play here. Fritz against Oil again. Oil wins the draw, and that got through Grime. Grime gets it. His attempt blocked there, and now it's a breakaway for Oilerator, but good defense from Vancouver to prevent that from being converted. Knocked off the puck there. No interference call is the Oilerator, and he's knocked off it again. 9 seconds left on the power play, and Vancouver, with all of their power plays, has not been able to keep the puck in the... That is astonishing. Five seconds remaining on the power play. Back. We're about 5 seconds left on the Burdocks power play when we resume for the second period. Or for the third period, excuse me. No score so far.
All right, third period.
This is not going to be a good decision if Burdocks ends up attempting to take this face off. But
Why? What? Oh, he's AFK.
Tiger has gone AFK, it would appear, and not wanting to get a too many men penalty, they will put him onto the bench. Second period, Burdocks is in the face-off circle with Fritz, and Oilerator kicks him out because he's going to be put into the box as soon as face-off is initiated. Off the draw, Oilerator, and he got it into the zone. Grime blocked it, and that ends up right next to Rojo on the Vancouver bench. Would I be wrong in making the observation that neither Fritz nor Grime has had any off time this entire game?
I think you're right. I haven't once seen I haven't seen that much of Rojo or Ducky, and Deserted has been in goal this entire game, hasn't he?
Yep. Puck got out of the zone, blocked there. The first attempt. Oh, score! Who was it? And
Looks like they're gonna challenge it.
They're gonna challenge. And the goal is under review. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. They had gotten in on the rebound. Burdocks.
They're challenging it for goalie interference?
Yes.
There is none.
From my replay,
There
it
is
did not
none.
look like there was any.
It was a different.
And if
There
this
was
goal
none.
counts, I believe it's hard to tell from what I saw, but
I mean, they're
it's
trending
if the goal
towards
counts, it's
goalie.
Burdock's goal. Let's slow this down.
Plays onside, so that's not an issue.
Yeah.
I am as well going to slow it down to half speed.
I've got it at 0.25 speed. I think they may be claiming that the hit on Grime was goaltender interference.
Which will not be the case,
Which
and
would
after
not be the
that
case
happens,
because he's not a goaltender. And
Deserted was never hit on the play.
Deserted was fine.
So that goal is going to count.
This goal will count. This goal should count.
Yep.
Too bad that won't actually appear in the stream because, yeah, I forgot to change the camera.
After reviewing the play, the call on the ice is confirmed. There was no goaltender interference. We're gonna go.
Ref, you don't suck. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No. Alright, we ready to go?
I'm just gonna show the replay again because I didn't actually get it. Just once though. And I actually
Wait, don't they get a penalty?
No,
No.
that's for offside. They lose their
see
timeout.
the hit was on Grime.
Let me just say, Orcas lose their...
Orcas lose their timeout.
Yeah.
See, Burdock's gets it in, and Grime goes to play it, and then Grime, who's not a goaltender, gets hit off the puck, and Burdock's takes the shot, and Desert is actually backing himself into the net. So this is a good goal.
All right, we're gonna do a face-off here.
Off the draw, Grime won it. And he's taken off it there by Burdock's. Comes to the near side, Burdock's battling with Crits. Grime. Puck gets into the zone. Grime. And
Very physical.
he's facing off against Burdock's and Joe's. A lot of physicality between these two teams. We've seen this as a kind of a theme all game. Grime pressured into the boards again by a hit by Joe's, and that hit off the side of the post. Grime gonna take it all the way around. He's looking, I believe, for Crits, who's sitting there at the point, and big hit on Crits, but Grime gets it back in for Vancouver. Across, blocked out front. And getting back to make the defensive play was Crits. Puck gets back to the Hartford blue line. Crits can't get it into the zone. Grime, and it goes to the far side. Burdock's. As the puck gets in, Grime, and he's gonna get a shot away. Move the puck. Gets it into the far side corner. Grime ends up knocking Joe's off the puck. And Grime's gonna try to find Crits, who again has played the entirety of this hockey game. And now there's gonna be a penalty, and as Grime touches the puck, we get the call. This will be the first home penalty. And this could be big. 1:29 to go in the third period. This could be huge.
DNP, you want me to co-commentate with you?
Sure.
Alright.
Vancouver penalty to number 7, Crits_YT.
And they score off the face
Time
off.
of the penalty, 1 minute, 21 seconds. 31. And a power play goal! And Crits leads this one.
Well, that's a very key moment for the Orcas here, as they lose one of their
Rojo
players
Gambo's
that
gonna
never
take the
goes
ice,
off the bench.
and it looks like he's gonna play with Ducky. It's 2-0 for the Hartford Whalers.
I think it's also important to mention that Crits is still in his Discord channel, so there is still probably a good possibility that he returns.
Possibility that yep, and right as you say that, he returns to this one.
I'm gonna go ahead and remove 7 seconds from his crit.
Shift.
Penalty.
No, for players remove crits. Penalty
'Cause
seconds.
he was gone for. Well, actually, he should be let out of the box, shouldn't he? Because they
Yeah,
scored
keep
on
him.
they scored on the power play.
Hold on. Yeah, they did
They
score.
did.
You're right.
So they
Here,
need
Flash.
so
I
Crits
can
needs to
keep
be
him.
let out of the box. So end his penalty. So there's the end of Crits' penalty, thanks to the power play goal. So now they get set to take the face off. Crits versus Oil once again.
And some of the players on the visiting bench are calling for a delay of game for too many men on the ice, which will not be rewarded.
As Rojo plays it far side. Crits. Puck gets through. Chance there. Save by Desert. And another chance. That's stopped by Desert. And again, 2 great saves. Rojo blocked it. Couldn't quite get it out. Off the post. And the rebound. There was not a Hartford stick to put it home. And now the puck comes towards the net. Desert making the save again. Man, he's been on fire today.
I'm just now realizing that this might be Grimes' this might be his first minutes off the ice. He is on the bench right now, waiting for a line change. You can tell he wants to get back on and help his team.
It's not the first game, it's not the first minutes that he's missed, but it's the first minutes that he's here for a game and is not on the ice. Astute observation. Puck far side. Burdock's across, off the post! And
It's also
cleared out
important-
of the zone.
It's also important to note that there are 25 seconds left in the game, and now the Orcas are down 2-0 and have to go into Hartford to play Game 2.
That is true.
Although Game 2 is going to be in Vancouver as well. Game 3 and 4 are going to be in Hartford.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Puck ends up on the Vancouver bench.
Let's see if they'll pull their goalie.
We'll see if Deserted vacates
Yes,
his crease.
he will.
He's gonna come to the hash mark, slides back into the net.
And Graham is still going to be on the bench. Could he be AFK?
Surprising. See him
Surprising that they don't put their star on the ice, but I mean, to be fair, he may be tired from having to play the entirety of this game.
there.
Burdock's getting
And-
through. Chance! Save there, and the rebound just goes wide.
And the clock winds down.
And that will do it. 1-0, Hartford leads the series. Thank you for tuning in. And oh my goodness, all of the Whalers end up on the Vancouver bench. EB Gamer wants a fight. He's on the ice.
I was just put into survival, actually. Or not survival, what is it?
And that'll do it for this one. Burdock's. And Joe's going after Ducky. There should be some third man in penalties here. And now the chaos ensues. And it would appear that there may be some changes made to the Hartford roster, but for the
Way
next
too
game,
much
but
whistling.
we shall see how things go.
Yes, and the home team is getting annihilated in both PvP and Minecraft hockey.
Well,
So, pivotal.
thank you for tuning in. We will see you in just a few moments for game number 2. Just gotta take a few minutes to get things swapped out. Description updated, title updated, and thumbnail updated, and we will be right back. Thanks for watching.
Yo, Flashee, what is the trophy?